It's 5:30 a.m. here in Tokyo, and I'm trying to be very quiet to go over this important information I have to share with you. Everyone is just waking up in Tokyo, so I'm trying to be quiet, which is also very interesting because in Tokyo, everyone is quiet. Too much noise is noise pollution and it crowds the mind. And what I find interesting in Japan is it's a country of contrasts. Dr. K from Tokyo really pointed this out the other day. What we're seeing in Japan is the deconstruction of their centenarian society, their long-lived society, in favor for convenience and work productivity, in favor for energy efficiency instead of longevity. Long walks in the Meiji Temple, long walks in nature. We are seeing professional development and success driving this culture. And so I want to give you an update on that as I sit here bathed in LED lights and flicker. And I know I'm wearing goofy glasses to some of you, but to me, it's very essential that I wear these glasses to protect my circadian rhythm because I am literally 13 hours away from my previous time. So today I want to give you an update on two things. One, I am going to be speaking at the RMOS conference today, where we're going to be talking about stem cells, peptides, and mitochondria. We're also going to be talking about gut health. I'm going to give a nice presentation, but it's only going to be about 15 minutes. And then I'll have a round table with Dr. Roman Paul, Dr. Scott Bruder, who's also a lawyer, and Dr. Adil Khan. You may have heard of the name Adil Khan. He's a physician that has helped the Kardashians and a whole host of other celebrities. So he's a doctor to celebrities for regenerative medicine. I myself, many of you know, am a doctor of regenerative medicine for professional athletes. And so I do help celebrities out too, but I also like to help out just regular folk here and there as well, as best I can. And I try and do that with the evidence that we have. So I want to give you an update. The update is this. If you are using stem cells to heal, you need to combine them with another modality, whether it's an energy modality or a mitochondrial modality with PRP. You also need to consider using things like peptides to optimize the outcomes. The data that I see here that has been presented at the Regenerative Medicine Orthopedic Summit from the Regenerative Medicine Orthopedic Society is clear. Surgery is not going away, especially for things like Tommy John. And in fact, the data on PRP for UCL tears by themselves is very mixed. But one thing is for sure, there are certain other injuries that respond exceedingly well to non-operative intervention. But you have to use the right tools, and you have to use the right cells, and you have to use them at the right time. There is still quite a bit to learn in regenerative medicine. But what I can tell you is this. In Japan, where we have the discovery of MUSE cells, which are a hardier subdivision of what we call mesenchymal stem cells, is evolving. Japan has not put its money down on MUSE cells. They have not. They've chosen another stem cell line to invest billions of dollars. So while everyone in the rest of the world claims how awesome MUSE cells are, MUSE, we are finding that the nation that discovered MUSE cells, MUSE cells, is putting its money on another stem cell line. So I think that should give us a really good reason to take a step back. And I was able to visit with some leading regenerative medicine and stem cell practices in the country. Most notable in Japan, we just saw a recent death in Japan for using intravenous stem cells. And we think part of that problem has to do with the process with which they were administered. So yet again, if you're going to use stem cells, you better make sure that you are using the best process possible. In the United States, we cannot use intravenous stem cells in most states. There are some states that are crafting laws to, um, I don't want to say defy, but to um, allow their citizens access to these things that the FDA and the Center for Biologic Evaluation and Research is not allowing. And these are predominantly IV stem cells, but they are also other different subsets of stem cells. I think there is a future for the MUSE cell, but I'm not sure it's for IV. The data here show that MUSE cells have greater homing. MUSE cells are hardier, but MUSE cells, when they come in contact with other cell types, will do this process called differentiation, where they quickly change to the local environment, which would be good unless they're circulating through your bloodstream. This is why I think MUSE cells may actually be very good for localized orthopedic injections, but they may not be good for IV. So that's the update for today. A person died from stem cell use, IV, in Japan just last week. Japan is not putting its money towards MUSE cells. They're putting their money towards another stem cell line. And the leading experts all over the globe have now come to a conclusion that the MUSE cell may be more hype than hope for a lot of different procedures. We need more data. We need to understand more. And I have to get ready for my presentation, which is at 7 a.m. So thanks for listening to me. It's Dr. Murphy with the Longevity Insider. With Dr. Murphy, that's me. Here's to a life well lived.